I'm happy that you are here and I'm happy to teach you today. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel. We are here to do so. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and share the video with your friends and colleagues because it's going to be of help to them. Like we have been doing in our previous video, I'm going to be building on the last class. Okay, don't forget we are considering the system of real numbers, and today I'm going to be considering equations with two variables or a pair of variables, which is the simultaneous equation. Simultaneous equation. Okay, like I said, when you are dealing with simultaneous equation, you are dealing with equations with two different unknowns. So a very good example of that is a1x plus b1y to be equal to c1, and a2x plus b2y to be equal to c2. Now, let's consider some examples under this subtopic so that you understand it very well. Now, if I give you this pair of equation to solve, if I tell you that we have two different equations, which is x plus y to be equal to 3 and s squared plus sy plus 2y squared plus s plus 2y to be equal to 12. Find the solution to the pair of equations. Why is equation 2? Of course, because we have two different unknowns. So two equations are actually needed to find the solution to the both of them. Now from equation 1, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So in order to solve this, it's actually obvious from equation 1 that x is equal to 3 minus y. X is equal to 3 minus y from equation 1. So I'm going to substitute the value of x into equation 2, or x now into equation 2, and that becomes 3 minus y all squared plus, anyway you see x, you are using 3 minus y. 3 minus y multiplying y plus 2y squared plus 3 minus y plus 2y to be equal to 12. Okay, what we have now is simply the same thing as 9 minus 6y plus y squared plus 3y minus y squared plus 2y squared plus 3 minus y plus 2y to be equal to 12. Okay, if you look at this cancels out this. Yes, obviously. Then we have minus 6y here plus 3y, that is minus 3y. Now minus 3y minus y is minus 4y. And minus 4y plus 2y is what? Is minus 2y. So what we have here is 2y squared minus 2y. Now we have 9 plus 3, which is 12. And 12 going to the other side gives 0. So that implies that 2y squared minus 2y is equal to 0. And from here, 2y is common. Into brackets y minus y to be equal to 0. This simply implies that is either y is equal to 0, because now 2y is equal to 0 and y will be equal to 0, or y is equal 1. So that is solution for y. Now that we have gotten the solution for y, it's very much easy to get the solution for x. Now from this, you can say when y is equal to 0, x will be equal to 3 minus 0, and that is 3. And when y is equal to 1, x will be equal to 3 minus 1, which is what? Which is 2. So the solution to the problem is then the solution is then 3 comma what? 3 comma 0 and 2 comma 1. So that is solution to this problem. That is solution to this problem. So I really hope you get that. Now another example under this topic, simultaneous separation. Of course, you should see now that this is more advanced than what you did in secondary school. Okay, now for the second question, if I give you x squared minus y squared to be equal to 3 and 2x squared plus sy minus 2y squared to be equal 4. How do you get a solution to this problem? It is not hard. Are you getting it? Some of you are scared already. It is not hard. It is very simple. You will see for yourself now how simple this is. Now, this is the same thing from here. Now, you notice that we have two quadratic equations here. And it is very much hard for us to make one of the variables the sum of the formula and slot into the second equation and get the answer. It might not be as easy as you think. So, in a bit for us to make it more simpler, I can actually connect the two equations together and the two variables together, inviting or introducing the concept of another constant entirely. So this is what I'm talking about. What if we let y be equal to mx? If y is equal to mx, then equation 1 becomes what? It becomes s squared minus mx all squared, right? To be equal to 2 and to be equal to 3. And equation 2 becomes 2s squared plus s into bracket what? mx minus 2 into bracket mx all squared to be equal to 4. Now what we have here, equation 1 is also the same thing as s squared into bracket 1 minus m squared to be equal to 3. And equation 2 is the same thing as s squared into bracket 2 plus n minus 2m squared to be equal to 4. Now look at the two equations. I have s squared into bracket 1 minus m squared to be equal to 3 and s squared into bracket this. Let me write it out clearly so that you can see it. That's s squared into bracket 1 minus m squared to be equal to 3 and s squared into bracket 2 plus m. Okay, guys, from here now, I'm going to divide these two equations by each other. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to get 1 minus m squared divided by 2 plus m minus 2m squared, and that will be what? That will be 3 over 4. Okay, if that's the case, then that means that our results from here will be simply the same thing as 4 multiplying 1 minus m squared to be equal to what? To be equal to 3 multiplying that will be 2 plus m minus 2m squared. 2 plus m minus 2m squared, and that is 4 minus 4m squared to be equal to 6 plus 3m minus 6m squared. Of course, if I bring minus 6m squared to the other side of the equation, I'm going to get 2m squared, and we have plus 3m here. If it's coming to the other side, it becomes minus 3m, and this is 6 here. If 6 is coming here, it becomes minus 2. Minus 2 to be equal to 0. And we have minus 4 there. And of course, this is the same thing as 2m squared minus 4m plus m minus 2 to be equal to 0. And this is 2m into bracket m minus 2 plus 1 into bracket m minus 2 to be equal to 0. So this means 2m plus 1 multiplying m minus 2 to be equal to 0. And that means that m is equal to minus 1 over 2. Or m is equal to 2. So m is equal to minus 1 over 2 or m is equal to 2 or m is equal to 2. Now, when m is equal to minus 1 over 2, when m is equal to minus 1 over what will this equation yield for us when m is equal to minus 1 over 2? This equation becomes s squared into bracket 1 minus, of course, the square of minus 1 over 2 will give you what? 1 over 4, right? To be equal to what? To be equal to 3. And that means that what we have here is s squared into bracket 3 over 4 to be equal to 3. And this means that s squared will be equal to 4, right? Yes. That means that s squared will be equal to 4, and that means x will be equal to plus or minus the square root of 4, which implies that my x will be equal to plus or minus 2. So that means it's either x is equal to 2 or minus 2. X is either 2 or minus 2. Now from here, I've got the value of my x. So what I have left to do is to get the value of y. So connecting that, and don't forget, we have actually used only n is equal to 2. What if n and only n is equal to minus 1 over 2? What if n is equal to 2? If m is equal to 2, what we have here will simply be what? That will be s squared into bracket 1 minus 4, right? To be equal to 3. And that is s squared multiplied by what? Minus 3 to be equal to 3. So this will give you s squared to be equal to minus 1. Of course, this will not give you a real value. So we are going to dispute, or we are going to be using n is equal to 2. Are you getting it? It will not give us a real value. I told you the meaning. I told you what we are going to do when you have a case of the square root of negative. I told you I introduced a concept called the imaginary number to you. Okay, let's go now. So we have gotten the value of our x, which is this. Take note of this guy. X is equal to 2 or x is equal to minus 2. So when x is equal to 2, what will be the value of y? From here, this is 4, right? 4 minus y squared to be equal to 3. And that is minus y squared will be equal to minus 1. Y is equal to 1. I'm sorry, y squared is equal to 1. And y is equal to plus or minus 1. That is when x is equal to 2. Now, when x is equal to minus 2, what will that give me? When x is equal to minus 2, what are we going to have? We are simply going to have 4 minus y squared to be equal to 3. Virtually the same result. Are you getting it? So that means that the solution to this problem is x to be equal to what? 2 or minus 2, and y to be equal to plus or minus 1. X is equal to plus or minus 2, and y to be equal to plus or minus 1. That is the solution to that problem. Now, let me solve the last question for you. I really hope that you're getting everything I've been teaching this morning. Hope I'm not speaking in Spanish. Okay. Now, for the last question. Now, look at this question. If I give you this question to solve, example, if you have x plus 1 over y to be equal to 1, and y plus 1 over x to be equal to 4, find the solution to this problem. Now, this is very simple actually. From equation 1 now, from equation 1, if you find the LCM and simplify from here, you are going to get xy minus y to be equal to minus 1. That's for the first equation. That will give you sy. Okay. And for the second equation, you are going to get sy minus 4s to be equal to what? Minus 1 as well. So, sorry. Yeah. So what I will give you is, we have the same thing here. Minus 1, this, which implies that what? It implies that y is equal to what? Y is equal to 4x. Right? Y is equal to 4x. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to substitute that value into equation this. And minus 1. And that is 4x squared minus 4x to be equal to minus 1. And of course, 4x is common here. 4x squared. Okay, we have 4x squared minus 4x plus 1 to be equal to 0. So, what we have here is simply the same thing as 4x squared minus 2x plus 1 to be equal to 0. Okay. That is simply the same thing as what? As 2x, because 2x is common there, into bracket 2x minus 1. Right? Yes. Then minus 2 into bracket, minus 1 into bracket 2x minus 1 to be equal to 0. And now from here, what we have is 2x minus 1 multiplying 2x minus 1 to be equal to 0. I really hope you are getting that. And that means that my x is equal to 1 over 2. So that's the value of my x. Now to get y will be equal to 4 multiplying 1 over 2, which is 2. That is the solution to that problem. X is equal to 1 over 2 and y is equal to 2. I really hope you get that. For practice exercise, I'm going to be giving you some series of questions for you to solve and play with and make sure you get the solutions to them. Okay, the first question, guys, is what is the solution to this equation? X plus 2y is equal to 3 and x squared minus xy plus 5y squared plus 2y is equal to 7. That's the first equation, first set of equations. Find the solution to them. The second one is if you have 2x plus y to be equal to 1 and you also have x squared plus sy plus 3x minus y to be equal to 4. What is the solution to this set of equations? The third question is if you have this set of equations, x squared plus y squared is equal to 13 and x squared minus 3xy plus 2y squared is equal to 35. What is the solution to this set of equations? And the last question I'm going to give you is if you have x squared plus y squared to be equal to 10 and 1 over x plus 1 over y to be equal to 4 over 3. What is the solution to that? Solving those questions, they are all what you can handle. I haven't gone through this class. I'm happy that you are here and I'm happy to teach you today. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you are here to do so. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and share the video with your friends and colleagues because it's going to be of help to them. Okay, guys, so I'm going to see you in my next class. Till then, do have a nice time. Thank you.